Hello, this is Teresa Conway-Hayes in Meridian, Idaho, and today is Sunday, April 11th, and it's 3:30 here in Meridian, Idaho. I thought that I would just like to start giving that information in my videos because I know that I often wonder um, what day it is when the person filmed their video. So let me get past some specifics here. One is that I would love for you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm still working on getting 100 subscribers. And if you want to find me on the internet, whoops, better get rid of that one. You can find me as www.stampinbookkeeper.com. And I just wanted to give a shout out for the new catalog. Dang, I didn't bring it in here with me before I started. But the new annual catalog is available. And so I can't keep my focus now because I'm wishing I would have brought the catalog with me. That does become available for customers on May 4th, I think it is. If you would like to be able to order from the new catalog right now, you can do that easily by signing up as a demonstrator. You don't have to sign up whole hog and sell to everybody. You can just sign up as a hobby demonstrator, and I would be happy to facilitate that for you. So my contact details will be in the description. And also, if you subscribe, I'd also encourage you to click on that little bell so that you can follow me and know when I have new videos published, which I'm not real regular with that, but it's a desire of mine to do that. I just have to get myself better disciplined and do it. So let's see, let's go ahead and change screens, take a look at my desktop. I was just having a play today with the bundle, and this bundle is called Garden Wishes bundle. I bought this bundle back in, looks like January, and I looked at it. I don't think I've even stamped at it. I usually, when I get my stuff in, I prepare it. And so I wanted to do 2 or 3 things today. I wanted to talk about how I organize, and I wanted to show you some things about this bundle. And then I also wanted to show you some new product. So one of the things that I do when I get new product in is I make a label for the die, and I put a label on the front and the back. Now, as you notice, I wear glasses, so this makes it a lot easier for me to see what this is instead of trying to read through the plastic folder. So another thing that I am doing that is brand new is I am cutting images out ahead of time. So for this particular set, but actually I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to get into showing this bundle more, and right now I'm talking about organization. So many things I want to talk about. Another thing I do is when I get my punches, I always label them this way because I always set them down like this, or I lay them down in a box. I actually have my punches in like 4 different areas in my craft room because I don't store away any of my retired punches. I keep all my punches out in case there's something that I just absolutely feel I have to have for a card. The fact that the item is retired is not going to deter me from using a punch, because it is easier for me to use a punch than it is my Big Shot. I can use my Big Shot, but especially right now, it's kind of painful to me because I'm still trying to recover from frozen shoulder. I'm doing a lot better, but there is still some pain involved with that. Another thing I do is, because I'm forgetful, is I label a lot of things. This helps me to remember what stamp sets are. Well, stamp sets already have the name on it, but everything else, like the tools and the paper. So I either have paper in a big envelope like this, that's in a big storage container, and it's labeled. So I use my label machine a lot. Or I put paper in these cases, and then I label it. And I have these sitting on my desk. I can't think of anything else that I label right now. I actually have some boxes with scraps that are labeled, and my embossing folders are labeled. It makes it really easy for me to see what this embossing folder is and to remember, because I can't always just look at an embossing folder and remember, oh, that's called Woodland Textured. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm creating cards that will help me to know what sandwich I have to use. So for the Dainty Diamonds, the Brick and Mortar, the Absolutely Argyle, and the Dandelions, I have to use the blue plate. Folders are something else that I'm kind of wishy-washy about whether I put them away for retirement and sell them, or if I leave them out where I can get to them. I haven't quite decided on that. Okay, so that's enough about organization for today. Let's go ahead and move on to, excuse me, let's go ahead and move on to this bundle. And so what I started to say was, first of all, another organizational tip. I'm a woman, it's my prerogative to change my mind. So I'm looking for, I don't have any here, right here. So, surprised I don't have any. I put all mine on magnet sheets. This one hasn't been mounted yet, but for instance, here's Brilliant Wings. And this one, not only did I mount on a magnet sheet, these are vent magnets that my husband picks up at Lowe's or Home Depot for me. They come in a package of like 6 or 5 or something. And so I just put them on here. And then this particular set is different. It has some embossed pieces, and I just wanted to cut out these 2 pieces so that I'd remember how they cut out. But this piece right here, no, not that one. This piece right here embosses. It does not cut all the way through. The stamp set the stamp bundle that I'm going to talk about today is similar, that it does have a piece that just embosses, and that's like the little, the fly pattern for the bee. So let's go ahead and dump these out, because I think it's important to talk more about these bundles and break them down. In fact, I think that's what I'll call this. I'll turn this into a series and call it Break It Down. Break Down Bundles. Ha! Break Down Bundles. Okay, so let's start with the die pieces. And it might be easier if I had a dark background, but I don't see anything handy. So I think you'll be able to see on this black just fine. So you've got three of these. And then you've got a dandelion here with a couple others and leaves, dandelion with leaves. I guess this is a dandelion without stuff on it. All the stuff has been blown off. This is a leaf, and it has great texture on it. I'll show you that in a second. Leaf, 2 different sizes. Grass, 2 different sizes, going 2 different ways. I believe this is the bee. I cut it out, but it wasn't intelligible. And here is another dandelion cut out. love these tall die cutouts like this, tall plant cutouts. There's a set in the new catalog that I did not order, and I kept thinking about it, and I saw the die set and I was like, oh yeah, I want that, because I really like sets that coordinate with each other. For instance, this bundle coordinates with the dragonfly, which has a punch, and that bundle is actually called, oh boy, Dragonfly Garden Bundle. So I like to coordinate the Dragonfly Garden Bundle with the Garden Wishes Bundle. And then, in my mind, that also coordinates with the Dandelion Wishes stamp set. And that stamp set has a die set. It does not have a die set. It's just a stamp. But I think this is retiring, but I'm not sure. If I had my new catalog in here, I could look that up real quick. So let's get back to a die that just makes an impression. So this is that die, and it looks like, oh, I did it, and then I must have thrown it away. Yeah, I threw it away. This is what it looks like. So it just makes an impression, and that's the zzz of the bee as it's flying around. So let's look at, oh, I already put it up. So when I cut out this little die right here that I said I thought was the bee, this is what it looks like on foil. And that doesn't look like anything to me. But on the stamp set, this is what it looks like. So, okay, I see it now. The bee is kind of standing up. So the bee is kind of standing up like that, but still, it doesn't look like a bee. So this is not a good die to just cut out and think you're going to have a bee. This one you're going to want a stamp to cut out. And then, you know, the tricky part is where exactly are you going to put this stitching? And that's what, in my mind, this is for. You know, you can see the stamp for it is stitching. So you would put it like up here or down there, I don't know. But you would have to make sure that you positioned it in a good place. That sounds a little challenging to me. All right, so now the new thing that I have decided to do is I have decided that when I start taking my dies out and using them, first of all, I want to cut one of each out at least, because I want to be able to see what all of this is going to do, like this bee and like this impression. So I have multiples of this, and what's good about this too is sometimes it takes a little extra motivation for me to start using my die machine. So I thought, if I just cut out a bunch of the same die while I'm motivated, then next time I want one of these guys, I can just reach in here and get one and make a card very quickly. Or this is great for making multiple cards. And one of the things that I do with this kind of thing that's going to be colored is I experiment with first and second dimension stamping. So this is full stamp on, and then I stamped it again for more, what do they call it? No line coloring. So when you go to color, you don't see the lines as much. Now, for this particular stamp, the lines are, I like the lines better, because for real dandelion, these things aren't necessarily yellow. They have a yellow look, but these things are different colors. So this particular one, I like the darker stamp for that. Okay, so let's look at the rest of the cutouts. Actually, I'm going to put all this away. I'm going to count these while I'm putting them away. 3, 4, 5. It's a good idea to get in the habit of counting when you have your dies out and you use them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And there's supposed to be 14. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, what in the world am I missing? I'm not going to use up the whole video to figure out what I'm missing. So let's see what I've cut out. I decided, I've decided that I like leaves in a couple different greens, and I wanted to show you the texture of those leaves. And there's also some texture on the grass. So I thought that these things look pretty cool in gold. And then here's the other one for a dandelion. And I just really thought this looked pretty in gold. So I'm gonna design some card to go with that. All these look beautiful. The bees are no good to me, but I kept them in there so that I could show them. This little guy, I cut him off on the top, so I just took scissors and cut around it, and I can just use it as a short little guy. Okay, so let's put these to the side because I am going to go ahead and I'm just kind of looking over here to see if I can see a die anywhere that I misplaced. Because that's going to kind of bug me. Nope, don't see anything on the floor or anywhere. Okay. Okay, so I thought I would pick out the Plaid Tidings paper. This was from the Christmas catalog, but I knew that I might be wanting to use this paper for other things, and so I'm kind of thinking right now that I would like a brown or maybe a yellow. Yeah, I kind of am going for the yellow. Okay, so one cardstock color that I never buy, and I keep forgetting because I would like to have some, is sometimes I think I would like a piece of basic gray as my card base, and I never buy basic gray. But I do have do have some grays. Excuse my arm. I just don't have any grays cut out at this time. So I'll use this yellow card base. Ooh, maybe I should use green because there's a lot of yellow and green. Yep, I want green. I don't use a lot of, actually old olive green would look better, but I don't have a card base for that. So I don't use a lot of garden green, but I think I'm going to use it today. So I use the liquid glue. Now in the catalog you could buy the smaller box or bottle of liquid glue, but I found this XL. I actually accidentally bought it on Amazon, and I really like it because I feel like it flows more easily than the smaller bottles. Now I still have to tap it to get it going, and sometimes that's not even enough. I did pull the old glue off before I started. Yeah, so naturally I said something online while I'm live, and naturally it doesn't want to work. Okay, here it's flowing now. It's really flowing now. And so this one, it doesn't matter where I position it because plaid can go either way. Right, now we've got our layer on. So let's see what we can do with this. I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to get a couple other layers going here. I'm going to put this on. Okay, so I'm going to get a piece of yellow. I think I want this one. No, I want that one. The only problem with cutting your paper out like this sometimes is that I don't always know what the colors are. Like, I know that this is Melon Mambo. No. Oh, I can't read from here. Mango Melody. I think that's Mango Melody. This is So Saffron. This might be Daffodil Delight. This might be Crushed Curry. I think that's what these are. It looks about right. One of these should be Bumblebee. Bumblebee is very close to Crushed Curry. Okay. So I'm going to cut that out, and then I'm going to take a piece of white. And I decided that it is easier for me to just have a stack of cut out Whisper White. And actually this probably is Whisper White. I do have some basic white, but I need to use up my Whisper White first. And it's actually going to get to a point where for a while I'm not going to know whether I'm using Whisper White or basic white, but that's okay, because when the change was announced that Stampin' Up! Was not going to be able to get Whisper White anymore, they announced at that time that the basic white is so close to the Whisper White that you really can't tell the difference. So it won't matter any. You won't notice a difference according to the announcement. And I haven't made a comparison for myself, but just on the fly, it doesn't seem to be any different. So what I'm going to do is, the example that I'm looking at online is using the Stitch So Sweetly, but I'm going to use the Do Contour. I think it's called Contour. No, it is not called Contour. Okay. It's called Scalloped Contours, and it goes with this Color and Contour, which I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because that's new product, and I said I was going to talk about that. And we are right now because I'm going to, Scalloped Contour. Oh, it must be in a big one. So the envelopes for dies are smaller ones like this, and then bigger ones like this. And I just got this yesterday. And I've got the label on the front and the back so that no matter how I put it in my little box, I'll be able to see what this is. I wish I would remember when I'm doing my labels to put the quantity of the dies, like this is an 8-piece set. I wish I'd remember to put it on my label because this is really hard to see. It's so tiny, and it's all about making it easier for me. So I'm going to use, let's take all of them off. Okay, kind of wanted to use this one, but this is kind of big. That'll take up all the plaid, and you won't be able to see any of the plaid. So I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use these two. So I'm going to run this through the die machine. And I know some demonstrators are really nice about bringing the die machine over for you to see them cutting. That would be way too painful for me. Isn't that pretty? Now let me get the other one. Not totally sure this is going to work, but we'll give it a try. There's that one. Now, see if this will fit in here. And it does. Yay. That was important to me. Okay, so this is going to get layered on there. And then this is going to get, oh, this is going to come together nicely. Okay, let me put these dies away real quick before I lose them. I know some people order different things to organize their dies in. These folders are so heavy duty and such good quality that I'm like, I could not handle the idea of throwing these folders away. No way, no how. Okay, so just making making sure I don't want to put any ribbon or... Nope, I'm just going to do it that way. I'm just going to layer. I am live streaming on YouTube, and one of these days I really want to learn how people do chats like Donna Gray and Kylie B. I'm afraid to say her last name because I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up big time. Kylie, both of them are in Australia, and they're some of my favorite ones to watch on YouTube. Oh, I should have done some stamping first. Okay. I think it'll work still. So I'm going to take the hello from here. Very small. Try to find a block that fits the size of the stamp, because theoretically you're less likely to get those overlaps. You still can very easily if you press too hard on your stamp pad. So I try to be able to test it before stamping. And this is a new stamp too. So I'm conditioning it right now too. See there, I got the overlap. I just really don't like the way this is stamping. I don't like that H. Maybe if I clean it off. Yeesh. I may just decide I don't like this stamp. That would be good, but I'm really skeptical as to whether I'm going to be able to do it or not. It's not a piercing mat. Let me try it. It's not on a piercing mat. Yeah, I'm not going to use this stamp. I don't want to mess up my card. let's see, instead I'm going to do I got a mess over here. I need something small. See if I can find another hello real quick. Seems like anytime I look, there's 50 million hellos, except for when I want to. Here we go. That's a good hello, but it's awfully big. I don't know where I'm going to fit it. Okay, that one consistently stamps pretty darn good. Yay, I did it. Looks like I got a smudge on there. That means I'm going to need to wash my hands. Make sure there's no black ink. And then I'm going to use that as an excuse for an embellishment. Oh yes, I'm going to use the ladybugs if I can find them. First place I look, that's good. So for these I use liquid glue. And there's a couple of cute ladybugs. Now I've got another little package of Mr. White. This could be basic white, I don't know. But what I hear of some other companies that have great white cardstock, it's rare and in between that I hear those compliments, but a lot I hear folks complimenting about Stampin' Up! White paper. So I can't really say, oh yeah, it's the best. I can say oh yeah, I use it all the time and I'm perfectly happy with it, and that I don't see a lot of other compliments for other companies. And the reason why I can't say, oh yeah, it's the best, is because I haven't gone and compared it to other paper. Actually, I have a tiny bit, like one time, because my daughter likes to bring other paper over, and I compared it to some paper that she brought over. And I thought, boy, oh boy, I need more glue. I can't get that straight. Need some wiggle room. That's better. I left the front open on my printer because it ran out of ink, and every once in a while it makes noise because I left the stupid front open. It scares me. Okay, so there's that card. I think that would look pretty with some Wink of Stella in the middle. Just brighten it up a little bit. So I'll set that off to the side to dry. And we're at 42 minutes in this video, and I don't edit, so let's move on to the third thing I wanted to do was introduce some of the new product that's in the new catalog. Because I'm a demonstrator, I can pre-order it. If you become a hobby demonstrator or demonstrator that sells, you can pre-order it as well. So I am digging out my new product because I have piles here on the desk, and something kind of weird happened this time. I had 2 cases out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases that were in my order, and 2 of them had breaks in it. So this had a little piece. I was going to save it, but it fell out on the floor. And then this one was really kind of bad. Kind of tore the cover. Has a much bigger piece out on the bottom. And there's that broken piece. So this one, this one, I had already, oh, this is a photopolymer, so it didn't take any prep. The only prep I did was I put my label on the back so that I could turn it around and remember what the die set was that was with this. So I emailed Stampin' Up yesterday and said, hey, this is what happened. I took pictures of it and sent it to them because I always like to show people the black and white truth of things. I said, I like to take my stamps camping with me, so sometimes they're out in the elements, and so it's really important for me to have a good case that's pretty secure all the way around. I mean, if this was out, if I dumped this in a river, it would get wet because there's a little bit of opening there. But for the most part, these cases keep my stuff really safe and secure. And so I said for that reason it is important to me. Not to mention I could cut myself maybe right there. Yep, so what I asked them, I said, can you just send me 2 clear stamp cases? I don't even care that this is ripped a little bit. It'll still go in there just fine. Oh my gosh, it's broken over here too. Wow, this really got some rough treatment. And what's weird is it was all in bubble wrap. There was like 3 big pieces of bubble wrap in there. So let's talk about the stamp sets. So this is Flowers of Friendship, and it is bundled with Flowers and Leaves punch. This is it right here. So, looking for a piece of green cardstock. Can't wait to start using the new cardstock. Oh my gosh, the colors are so pretty. Let's just look at that real quick. There you go, squirrel. Yeah, look at these colors. So we have, I think it's Everlasting Evergreen. Let's read. We have, doesn't say, Everlasting Evergreen, Polished Pink, oh boy, I dinged up the paper. This is, oh, bummer. That doesn't say either. Papaya. Okay, I give. Pale Papaya. And this is Fresh Freesia. I'm not going to enjoy saying that one. Oh, and this is the one that I thought of when I saw this cardstock right here, this Mint Macaron. I think that's Mint Macaron. Anyways, this is Something Succulent. Soft Succulent. So I have to remember pale and soft are kind of similar words. So Pale Papaya and Soft Succulent and Fresh Freesia, Polished Pink, and let me just verify that this is Everlasting Evergreen. Yep, Evening Evergreen. Darn, I was close. Okay, so those are the new colors. And I think they're just beautiful, especially the green, because it's kind of sagey, and I like that. And this is kind of cool how it's almost black, but it's not. So it'll be fun to see how the inks print out with that as well. So there's the new colors. So back to this. So let's take a piece of Fresh Freesia, and what's really cool is that this kind of is a replacement for, what was that, Purple Posy? Yeah, this, I think this is real close to what Purple Posy was, and we never were successful with Purple Posy, so this is, I think this is kind of cool in that respect. So I'm going to get some, whoa, that's tight. I must stretch 2 pieces? No, that's some thick cardstock. Okay, so here's our little flowers. And this is what the leaves would be. Of course, I'd want to punch those out in green. And they do match the size that is on the cover of your stamp set. So there's that. And so then you've got sentiments that are in a really, I love this double font. So you've got the thank you in one font for everything. I'm really getting into digital planning. So I use a digital planner. And one of the things that they demonstrate when they do digital planning is 2 different fonts. like a script font and then an Arial type font. This is many thanks from all of us. Little cards, little card, big thanks. Life is better with friends like you. So a lot of bold Arial font with some kind of really neat script font. Then we've got Beauty of, actually I'm going to do this one first. Elegant tags. This elegant said, and this bundles with the elegant tag, which is right here. And that punches out like this. I think that last punch was just super tight. I hope it loosens up some. Let me try it if I do it down on the table and stand up. That was easier. I want to just see, yeah, that's less rough than the other one was. The other one was kind of rough around the edges, so that's much better. It just needs to loosen up. This one punched out really good the first time. So you've got that, and the thing about this is that, let me think about this for a second. I'm really wasting this brand new piece of cardstock. I never do that. I'm usually more frugal. Let's see. I want this to be at least that wide. Okay. Okay, so, oh yeah. So then you can go, I need this thinner. I need this thin enough so that I can thread it through here. Okay. What I'm trying to do is make a long one of these. And let's see, probably see if 2 inches works. No. So let's try 1.5. Okay, so 1.5 is not going to work. That's 2. So let's try 1 3/4. I have to write this down so I don't waste all this cardstock next time. And you may be saying, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to, pardon my tremors, feed that through like that. Okay, now we've got that end. Then I'm going to feed this through. I think this paper was a little crooked, so it might not be exactly 1 3/4, and it's not going to want to feed. So which side is crooked? But 1 3/4 is the size you want, and it's got to be exactly straight. Exactly 1 3/4. And maybe this side needs to be a little thinner. Maybe you need to taper this. I know this will work. Let's try it this way. Ha! always another way around the barn. Okay, I'm going to try and keep this straight. I'm going to try and pull it out as far as I can. And then I'm going to keep it straight and punch. There we go. So with this punch, you can make a long one like that, and you can also do this. Make it the same, make it the same way on both sides. So lots of things you can do. And then look at that, you can do that in a different color. And you can layer it. That would look pretty. Lots of stuff you can do with this punch. So it's a great punch to have. Okay, where are we at? We talked about this. No, we didn't. We talked about this one and this one. And we showed the dies, the scallop contours for this one. When I saw that, I knew I was going to want it. So this is going to be a favorite. It has a die for this, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to pull it back out because we're running out of time. So then this one is just a stamp set by itself. I love textures, so I can't wait to start playing with that one. And this one came with beautiful trees. So this stamp set has trees for all seasons. And what is really cool about this, I wasn't going to order any DSP this catalog because, in all honesty, I just have too much DSP. Every season I just waste it. I keep storing it. And it's silly. It's not being a good steward of my money, and I need to just kick myself in the bottom and get with the program. I need to be able to sell that old DSP, which, by the way, if you'd like to buy my old DSP, it is available for purchase. And until I sell all that old DSP, I need to cut myself off from buying new DSP. But I didn't cut myself off from buying this one because I have never been inspired by DSP as I have this one. So, like I said, we've got the beautiful trees right here. Die cuts. And so you've got a tree that you can cut out. Well, I mean this. And you've got a couple labels. But this is a bulb tree. This is a tree that looks bulb, but it actually, not really sure why that is around there. Maybe it just makes this is actually a bulb tree too. So this die has a piece, not this die, this DSP has a piece of brown wood-like DSP in it, and you could use that for the bulb trees. And then this piece right here, I could easily see using this to cut that out and then just laying that on the bulb tree. Wouldn't that, I mean, you don't have to stamp it. I'm really curious as to how, that is going to punch out. And boy, that's going to be difficult to remember maybe. No, it won't. It won't be too difficult. So you could either cut this out like that, and look at that. That looks like a real tree. Or you could cut it out like this. this would be like more of a, you know, pine tree shape triangle. And then you've got one that's like this. And then you've got two birds, and you've got two frames that have some etching along them. So not only do you have this piece, which would be for, this would be for late summer, maybe almost starting to get into fall with the leaves trimming, or just plain full summer maybe. And let's open this up. I have to be careful to not cut myself or the paper when I'm doing this sort of thing due to the trimmers. It's got some pretty colors in it. I'm thinking maybe Pear Pizzazz, Crushed Curry, maybe Bumblebee, Mossy Meadow, maybe the new color. Oh, there's that brown that I was talking about. So then this piece could be used like for fall. Just cut down here. Full summer here, or of course you could cut out pine trees with that one. That one's just a pretty color. I don't know, I would still, there's some sky for you. Very cool. So this, you don't have to do your shading for the sky. It's all there. That's beautiful. That'll be a beautiful, like, I'm thinking Christmas background for that one. There you go. Look at that. Oh yeah, that'll be a beautiful tree. There's beautiful autumn colors. I just love how they're mixing in the misty moonlight with, I could maybe look at the, I don't remember if the backs tell the colors or not. Yeah. Bumblebee, Cajun Craze, Cinnamon Cider, Early Espresso, Merry Merlot, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Old Olive, and Whisper White. Whew, lots of colors in there. So this one is pairing Misty Moonlight with Night of Navy, and then maybe Mossy Meadow. That's pretty. Maybe Old Olive, Mossy Meadow. But it doesn't have the Evening Evergreen. Oop, interesting. These colors are just beautiful though. Okay, so this paper was irresistible to me. Looking forward to cutting that up. I'm going to leave a couple of those sheets full 12 by 12 size because I am trying really hard to start scrapbooking, and we are past the hour mark, so I'm going to go ahead and show one more thing here. This is the Pale Papaya and White ribbon, and so I thought it was interesting. What a big roll. It's like double roll there. I've never seen that before. That's kind of cool. And I said I was gonna just show one more thing, but I lied. This is the loose flower flourishes, and I thought these would be so cool to put inside flowers. So you take your flower and you take one of these, and voila. Look at that very cool flower. I am all about making flowers fast and quick and easy. I like that sort of thing. Okay, so 2 more things. One is Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials. So this has like little teardrops or raindrop drops. I don't know. It won't show up really. And little circles. And little triangles. So that's that. And then the other new thing is 2021-2023 in color jewels. And these are, I almost want to say ombre. The way, maybe it's just the way they shine. It's just the way they shine. These are like the Valentine gems that came out with the Valentine suite. Only they're the in colors. Okay, that's it. That was the last thing I wanted. That was the last thing I have for the new catalog to show you. So thanks for your patience. This was a long video, but I had 3 subjects and I hit them all. And let me know in the comments how you like that. If you have any questions, if you're interested in being a demonstrator so you can order this new product, or just to say hi. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for your time. We'll see you again next time. Bye.